Hi, and welcome to Perpetual Fitness Training. My name is Holly. Thank you for joining me today. I have a great yoga session for you. This is a real quick one. We're just going to concentrate on stretching the legs. This is awesome if you just had a great workout and need just a little extra stretching time or want some extra stretching time. Or, like me, I had big leg day yesterday, so today my legs are really feeling it. I just want to take just a quick few minutes to go ahead and just stretch out my legs and maybe get some relief from the sore muscles that I have. You can do this with shoes on. You can do it in a traditional yoga style. You can dim the lights, you can have light brights, whatever you want to do. It really is about stretching the legs. So go ahead and grab your mat, maybe a block, and let's go ahead and get stretched. All right, before we begin, you may want to be warm before you do this. I forgot to mention that in the introduction. This is after a workout for me. I just did some cardio, so I'm going to go ahead and stretch it out. Maybe you just did some weightlifting. Maybe you just need to do 5 to 7 minutes of a warm up, maybe a quick couple fast walk around your neighborhood or something just to warm up. You can do this cold. It's just there is no warm up period at all. We're just going to go get right into it. So you could be a little bit stiff and it may just be a little bit more difficult to do. So just keep that in mind as we proceed forward. All right, starting at the front of your mat, feet hip width apart. We're going to start mountain pose. Little tiny bend to the knee. Tuck your tailbone, pull that belly in nice and tight. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Taking those palms forward. There is space between your chin and your chest, like you have a big grapefruit under there. Closing those eyes. I want you to just focus on the breath. So first we're going to start just by bringing the breath into the lungs. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. On this next set, we're going to inhale deeper. I want you to bring the inhale to the belly. Fill up the belly. Exhale, use the belly to push that air out. Incorporate that lower belly. Deep inhale. Exhale, get that diaphragm involved. One more time, deep inhale. On this exhale, you're going to relax the shoulders, release the face. Just relax some tension here. Take a nice big inhale, arms reach, swan dive, moving into forward fold. Let the head drop. Stretching out the back of those legs, belly tight. We're going to bend those knees, slowly rolling up. At the top, shoulder roll. Let's do that again. Deep inhale, reaching those arms up. Swan dive, coming down. Hold, let the head just drop. Remember, you can be using your block here. You want those hands anchored to the floor, body, or the block. Bend those knees, slowly come up. One more time, deep inhale. Swan dive, forward fold. Knees bend, slowly come up. Rolling the shoulders at the top. All right, we're going to go ahead and take the weight of the body over to the right. I want you to reach down and grab that right foot. Take those knees together, tummy tight, tuck your tailbone, press your hips forward, just for a standing quad stretch. This other hand can be anywhere you like it to be. I generally like mine just on my hip here. If you're struggling with balance, you can take it to a wall. Now, while you're in this position, I want you to think about tucking the tailbone and pushing the hips forward. So it's not just an up and down stretch with the hips. I definitely don't want those hips pushed back. It's really more of a tuck and a press, and you'll really feel a difference through the quad. If you want a little more, just pull that leg back, squeeze those shoulder blades together, maybe taking the leg in both hands, if I can do it without falling, and really feel that quad. We're going to release it. Let's go ahead and do that other side. So weight of the body now to the left, reaching down, grab that right. Knees together. Tuck and press. Squeeze, maybe pull that leg back without coming forward in that upper body. You're keeping tall through that upper body. Softening that opposite knee. And release it. Take a nice big inhale, lifting all the way up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Stepping back, right leg. I want you to just drop the hips. We're going to take that back leg, turn it on its side, lining up heel and arch. We're moving into warrior feet. Hands back. Lifting that heart, lifting those arms. We're moving into warrior one. Stay low, sink. I want you to think about the stretch here. So you're leaning back into this leg. You're feeling this hip flexor, shoulders down. Exhale, relax those shoulders. Hands to your heart in prayer. We're going to open up to the right. And we're going to release those arms into the letter T. This front knee is going to want to press in. I want you to push it back. Sink low. That tailbone is tucked under. You're pressing the hips. Feeling that inner thigh, shoulders down, lift the heart. Staring over that front middle finger. Breathe. Now we're going to come up into star. So your hands come up, straightening the legs, feet become parallel. Exhale, come on down, standing straddle. Hands to the floor or a block, let the crown of the head drop. Sink the body, drop it down. Taking the hips toward the ceiling. And now we're going to slowly walk to the right side. We're going to sink down back into that right heel, keeping that left leg straight, and you're pushing out through the pinky toe. So I want you to really think about pushing that pinky toe down, getting the stretch in the side here. These are called your peroneals. But also, over here in this right side, you're sinking back. You're feeling it through that hip. Shoulders relaxed. You can be on a block. You can also be on your thigh or maybe hands on a chair. Let's go ahead and take it up. We're going to switch to that other side. Same exact thing. Keep the feet how they are, just moving side to side. Pressing those hips, get back into that heel, shoulders relaxed. Pressing through that right pinky toe. Breathe, shoulders relaxed. And inhale up, let's go ahead and move back to the right now. Again, sinking into that heel. I want you back so that you can lift those right toes. Really get back into that hip. Now, this opposite foot. So this left foot, before we had the pinky toe down, now we're going to take those toes up. Rotating through the heel, just press the hips down. And plant it and switch. Sink, I'm in the heel, rotating, toes up, dropping down. So you're going to feel this in a slightly different place. It's still the inner thigh, but you're going to feel that it has moved, shifted back. And plant that foot back to the center, drop it down, let that head drop. Feel the stretch through the legs. And now we're going to rotate. We're going to come back to the front of the mat. We're going to push off with that back foot, come into forward fold. Now we're going to step back. Now with the other leg. So we're stepping back with the left, sinking the hips down. Let's take that foot onto its side. So you have warrior feet lining up the heel and the arch. Hands back, belly tight. Lift your heart. And then your arms. Shoulders down. We're leaning back. We're sinking. We're pulling back on that right hip, pushing that left hip forward, adjusting the back foot as we need to. Those hips forward is more important than this foot being parallel. Shoulders down. Hands to your heart. All right, we're going to open up to the left now. So you're going to have my back. Arms reach out. Tailbone tucked. Sinking down. Pushing this right knee open or back. Shoulders down. Gazing over that front middle finger. Feel the opening through that inner thigh. And now we're going to take it up into star. So arms come up, straightening that front leg. Both feet parallel to each other. And then slowly coming down. Back into that standing straddle. Let that head drop. So now you should be looking through those legs. You can relax the neck here if you'd like. All right, we are going to sink a little bit deeper here. So I'm going to turn around. I want you to stay where you are. And what we're going to do is take those heels and bring them in. So now your toes are open. And then you're just going to bend the knees, taking the knees toward the toes. So that means they do not come forward. They come out to the side. And you're just going to sink your hips and hold here. Those hands can be on the floor. They can be on the block. Maybe it's more comfortable if they're up on your thighs. Again, or a chair. I want you to feel those inner thighs. Think about relaxing the muscles. Try not to hold up any tension. Inhale up. We're going to take those toes in. And now we're going to take those heels in. Same position, just a little more narrow. Big inhale. Exhale, dropping it down, keeping those knees open, shoulders relaxed. Inhale, hips up. Toes in, and now heels in. Big inhale, exhale. See how low you can go. Shoulders relax. Maybe this time you want to come up into a prayer position. Maybe just taking those hands to the thighs. Whatever is comfortable for you. I want you to think about opening up through those hips. Inhale up. All right, last time, toes in, now heels in. See if you can come all the way down into yoga squat. Drop it down, low as you can. Sink into those heels. If you're coming into prayer, elbows into the knees to keep them open. Drop those hips down, just hold. Breathe through it. Give me what you can. Don't push yourself. And now hands down, hips up. Rotate back to the front of the mat. Let's go ahead and take that right knee down or the left knee down, whichever one is forward. I turned around so I forget where we were. You're going to sit back in child's pose. Using the block if you need to. Let that head just drop and hold. This is just a release. Should feel good. One more breath. Big inhale. Exhale. All right, let's go ahead and release the block. Coming into that tabletop position. I want you to take that right foot forward. We're going to move into a low lunge. We're going to walk that right knee back, that left knee back. Whew. Sink those hips. Shoulders relax. Hold here. If you can, taking both hands to the inside, maybe even. You can be down onto the forearms or into a block. I am tight today because of my workout yesterday. So I'm going to use the block to help me, but I want to take the pressure off my hands. So I'm going to come forearms to my block. Shoulders relaxed. You can feel that release through the hips. Try not to hold that tension in that hip joint. Now we're going to go ahead and drop this right knee open. Now my upper body is not going to change. I'm just going to roll onto my pinky toe, and then I'm going to push my hips toward the floor. Shoulders relaxed. Hold and breathe. 2 more breaths. Great. On your next inhale, let's lift it up and take it down. And we're just going to switch that foot. So I like to line up the knees and then bring my left forward. Sinking down again. Block to the inside if you need it. I definitely need it on this side. This one's much tighter. Sink down and hold. Shoulders relaxed. I want you to drop the hips until you feel that stretch. And there is where you hold it. You breathe through it, trying to relax the muscle. So when I tell you to breathe into that muscle, what it means is focus on relaxing that muscle. You're not holding any tension into it. You're trying to relax it and allow it to stretch. Take a nice big inhale. On your exhale, you're going to roll onto the pinky toe, drop the knee, and now press the hips toward the mat, just straight down. You're not listing to the left or the right. You're right in the center, letting that knee open. One more breath, big inhale, big exhale, and let's go ahead and take that foot up. And let's release right here, tabletop. Curl those toes, downward dog. Oh, jog it out if you need to, release it. Taking the hip bones to the ceiling, let the heels fall. You're gonna feel that stretch through those legs. Let's go ahead and inhale up onto the toes. Stretch the arch, exhale, press the heels down. Inhale up. Exhale, press. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale and press. All right, let's go ahead and move into the hips. We're moving into pigeon. So I like to take the feet to the center of the mat. We're going to reach back with that right foot. Now we're going to take the right knee behind the right hand and the foot behind the left hand. You want your foot or your leg to be as parallel to the front of the mat as you can. Now we're going to walk this left leg back. Again, this is why it's important to warm up. We didn't really have a great warm up, so we are doing this pose last, but if your hips are really tight, this could be very uncomfortable. So please make sure you're warm before you come into this position. I want you to press those hips toward the floor. You're staying in the center, shoulders relaxed. We're going to start in this upper position. If that's too much for you, a block, of course. Or maybe you just need to walk those hands out and be more at this position. This one right here is actually a bit tougher than coming right here. Okay, so listen to your body, do what you need to. See if you can walk out this left leg, sinking as low as you can. Now maybe you can come on down to the forearms, shoulders relaxed. Again, you're right in the center of that mat, pressing the hip bones toward the floor, so you're not coming onto the hip at all. If you do need a little release or a relief, you can take that block underneath that hip, and that will help. That's a modification for you. If you think you can go further, come all the way flat. Those arms can be extended, maybe behind in reverse prayer. Breathe into the muscle. Exhale and relax. There's no tension. Relax your shoulders. All right, one more inhale and exhale. When you're ready to inhale again, hands down, slowly walk onto the forearms and then onto the hands. We're going to take this right leg back, tabletop, toes curl, downward dog. If you'd like to, shake it out. Get that blood flowing back in there, get it feeling good again, maybe jog those heels, whatever you like. Feet together back in the center of the mat. We're going to reach back with that left, and now we're going to take that knee behind the left hand, the foot behind the right hand. We're walking that right knee out. We're getting as low as we can. Maybe you need that block under the hip. Bringing those hands to the center, shoulders down. Sink and release. Staying in the center, right? We're not listing to the left or the right. A couple more deep breaths. You really want to prep the muscles so that they know not only what they're doing, but that they're relaxed enough to allow you to go deeper without injuring or without more uncomfortableness. Is that a word? Uncomfortableness? It is now. I've deemed it a word. Let's go ahead and take it down if you can. Don't worry if you can't. Remember, this is just for stretching. Never push your body further than it tells you it can go. And then if you want to go deeper and you're ready to transition, you go ahead and take it down. Arms out to the side or in front or in reverse prayer. I like it here because then I take the pressure off my hands and it really helps me to relax through the shoulders. If that doesn't work for you though, find something that does. Just dropping those hips toward the floor, relaxing every breath deeper to the mat. All right, 2 more sets of breath. Breathe steady, not rushing through the breath. Exhale, relaxing the shoulders, releasing the tension in the hip. One more time, deep inhale. Big exhale. All right, when you're ready to inhale, hands down, slowly walk it back up. All right, we'll go ahead and bring this leg back. Coming into tabletop. Curl your toes, downward dog. Maybe shake out that leg if you need to. Think about stretching through the calves here, pressing down. Maybe you want to jog them out, but just focus on getting the calf stretch as well. And then come on down to the knees. We're going to cross those ankles behind us. We're going to have a seat. Reaching those legs out. I want you to be up nice and tall. All right, nice big inhale. Exhale, reaching for the feet. Let the head drop. Remember, we're bringing the chest toward the thighs. That's your focus, that's your goal. Shoulders are relaxed. You can let that head drop. Or if you have that block, your head can just be laying on the block, which helps to release any tension through the neck. Breathe through it. A couple more breaths, shoulders relaxed. Exhale, trying to get a little deeper. One more time. Inhale, gently coming up. All right, last one. Plant those feet. Scooch up, slowly roll down. Tummy is nice and tight. Let's go ahead and bring those feet up. I want you to flex the feet and take them to the ceiling. We're moving into happy baby. The hands come to the inside, and you're going to reach up as high as you can. So maybe you can just make it to the ankles. Maybe you can reach all the way up into the arches of the feet. This is a big inhale. On the exhale, you're going to take the knees to the outside of the body. You're pushing with those hands. keeping the feet flexed. Now, if you take those heels closer together, you're going to notice less intensity through the hips. If you take those heels further apart, you're going to feel more intensity. So you get to pick your level. Shoulders relaxed. Remember, you are relaxed through those hips, so don't take those heels so far apart that you tighten up. Now I just want you to focus and breathe. Just try to relax the shoulders. Feel those hips relax. Now you're not going to be able to do this, but I want you to think about dropping the tailbone toward the floor. So it won't make it, obviously, but that will release any tension that you have through that pelvic floor. Just relax the tailbone, release it. One more time, deep inhale and exhale. All right, let's take it down. I want you to roll onto your side, take it all the way up, coming into a comfortably seated position. And let's just take a couple deep inhales. Inhale all the way up. Exhale down. One more time, inhale up. This time, hands into prayer, exhale to the heart. Thank you for joining me for this quick little leg stretch. I hope it helps you. Namaste.